Nini Australia go, Bujari Gariba, Nini Bujari, Buriga, Bujari, Bamuya, Mariwala, Bamuya, Mariwala, Bamumero, Marie, Cabawala, Bajijaring, Warita, Yanamur, Australia go, Yanamur, Australia go, Yanabujari, Australia go, Nini Baya Lago, Baya Lago, Yanabujari, Australia go. Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with gold and soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea, and our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair in joyful strength, and let us sing advance Australia fair.
Thank you all again so much for coming here tonight. I'm your MC for this evening. My name's Brooke Boney. I'm a Gamilaroi Gomeroi woman. My family's from northern New South Wales, but I live here in Sydney now and I host the breakfast show on Triple J. Before we begin the proceedings, I'd like to introduce Go scholar Maddie Howarth, who'll do the acknowledgement of country.
Good evening. My name is Madison Howarth. I'm currently a Go scholar studying in a Bachelor of Media in Communications and Journalism at the University of New South Wales. I'm a proud Guringai woman of the Wanneroo Nation, the traditional custodians of the Hunter Valley, and I grew up on Bachelor country on the Fraser Coast in Queensland. I'm about to begin my second year at uni, and I recently started a new job at the National Aboriginal Sporting Chance Academy. NASCAR is located in Redfern, a special place for our mob and one of significance for myself especially. My great-grandmother lived there as a 12-year-old girl and was taken from her home along with all of her younger siblings. She was denied an education and the opportunity to choose her own path. Every day I walk through Redfern with the privilege of choosing my own path as a woman at university on the way to the job I chose for the career I chose. This year's NAIDOC theme is Because of Her, We Can. And I think it's a theme that a lot of Indigenous people can relate to, not only because of prominent Aboriginal women, but the women in our own lives. It's because of women like my Nan and their strength and survival that I get to write my destiny, as do all of the students in the room tonight. It is my honour to formally acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet this evening, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and their continued connection to the land and sea. I pay my respects to elders past and present, always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie, for that beautiful acknowledgement. I'd also like to acknowledge that we're meeting on the land of the Gadigal people. It is an incredible reminder when we do these acknowledgements of countries and welcome to country that the land that we're on has been inhabited by Aboriginal people for longer than time immemorial and longer than any other civilization or culture in the world, and that we're all here tonight, and that's a very, very special thing. It's my great pleasure to welcome all Go scholars, Go families, directors, ecosystem partners and supporters. The Go Foundation has had a huge year. And we look forward to another really big year ahead. And we're going to share some of that journey with you tonight. Before we do get underway, a quick bit of housekeeping. The bathrooms are located back as you head inside level 28. Drink service is located just at the bar behind over here. To officially welcome us tonight, please welcome the Go Foundation Chairman, Peter Muir.
Thank you very much, and Maddie, well done. Maddie's been on the Go journey for a long period of time with us when we were something that resembled about not even a third of the size of the people we see gathered in this room. On behalf of the board, I'd like to welcome all of you here this evening, our partners, our ambassadors, all the people who contribute so generously to the success and the ongoing pursuits and goals of the Go Foundation. I'd particularly like to welcome, of course, the most important people in the room, which are the students. Welcome, guys. Great to see you here. This is why we're here, and welcome your parents as well. It's a great honour to see you all here, and we're glad of a good attendance. Later on, Adam and Michael and Shirley will take you through quite a journey of what has been 2017 and spell out our plans for what 2018 looks like. But I just want to leave you with the following thoughts: that disadvantage in any form is not good in our society, but disadvantage where we can actually do something through education, which is the most powerful weapon to drive change, is what we stand for and what we firmly believe in and what we're going to invest in. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and I'll hand over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our co-host to the stage, Hina Chakravorty, Managing Director of Bloomberg for Oceania, and Catherine Hunter, Partner of Corporate Citizenship at KPMG.
Distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen, and of course, most importantly, our Go scholars. A very warm welcome to all of you here today from Bloomberg, from the Bloomberg family to the Go family. My name's Hina Chakravorty, and I'm the Director of Bloomberg Australia. I work with a talented team of people here, and really we're incredibly excited to be partnering with such an amazing group of people to make a real difference to the community here in Australia. It's an honour to be speaking here and to welcome you at this incredible location, and I hope you're going to enjoy the rest of the evening with the sound of the cicada up here on level 28. Okay. Before we proceed, some of you may wonder what Bloomberg is and what we actually do here. Some of the corporate partners might know, but I'm not sure there'd be more than about 15% who really know what we do. So coincidentally, the word Go is fundamental to everything that we do and strive to achieve at Bloomberg. Thank you. Hopefully, the video that I'm about to show you will show you the power of Go, and also ingrained in what we do and why we do it. So here's a look at how we came to be as a company and who we aim to serve as a community. From when our founder, Michael Bloomberg, but Mike as he prefers to be known, started the company, now to the present day, it's about going further and doing more for the greater number of people. Mike returned to become CEO of Bloomberg a few years ago, but alongside that responsibility, he also started working with the United Nations as a special envoy for cities and climate change, and he recently just published a book called Climate of Hope. Why am I telling you all of this? Caring and giving back in our communities is a long-standing tradition of Bloomberg's culture, ethos, and leadership structure. 2017 saw a greater impact by Bloomberg employees around the world than ever previously realized, with over 12,000 employees in 92 cities around the world dedicating more than 145,000 hours of volunteer service in their respective communities, representing almost a 300% increase in volunteer hours. Having more employees in more cities contributing their time meant more local parks and waterways cleaned, more students mentored, and more families served by Bloomberg. This also meant more friendships made and more connections with our non-profit partners, such as Ngo, to make a difference in our local communities. At our core, we're a data company, but the one figure that we're most proud of is that from every dollar that we earn in terms of profit, 86 cents is then allocated to philanthropic causes. 2018 is an exciting year for us, and we're really thrilled about our new partnership with the Ngo Foundation. We're in the process of putting together our 2018 scholarship and engagement calendar so that scholars like yourselves can benefit from the experience of our employees through mentoring sessions, IT troubleshooting workshops, and software coding classes. We'll also start to think about and engage with you further as to what you really want to be able to do with us. Technology is going to continue to be a bigger part of our future, and we want students to be fully experience that firsthand. You still may be wondering what it is truly to be, what it's like to work at Bloomberg, and hopefully, when you're a lot older and you're thinking about your career choices, this will give you a bit of a flavor. And after all, this video has actually been made by our most important asset, our people. This is why I love to come to work every day, but I think I've taken more than my allotted time, so I'm going to hand over to Catherine. Thank you.
Thank you, Hina. Thank you in this absolutely stunning location. It's an absolute pleasure for KPMG to be co-hosting this wonderful event. We were very fortunate to be able to host last year's event at KPMG. When Shirley said that she wanted to invite all of the wonderful students and their families, we thought, what a wonderful idea, because you are what Ngo is all about. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough chairs around the dining table at our place, so we're absolutely delighted to be in this absolutely stunning venue. Jared, you literally made my heart sing. I was standing under the trees here up with this incredible view of the harbour, listening to language. I've never heard the anthem sound so good, and it reminded me of just why I feel so fortunate to be born in a country that has the opportunity to share in the richness and significance of the world's oldest continuous living culture. Maddie, thank you. Maddie, thank you for your acknowledgement, the most beautiful acknowledgement I've ever heard. And now I'm going to get emotional, so I hope that makes you feel better. Thank you for sharing your story of your grandmother or great-grandmother. You have every right to remind us of that story, because it is our history, it is real, and it's historical acceptance and truth-telling of our history that is going to help us achieve reconciliation and grow as a nation. So thank you so much. Commitment to communities is very much at the heart of our values at KPMG, and it's founded on a belief that we really won't reach our full potential as a nation until all people in all communities have equal access to opportunity. We very much believe that one of the best ways in addressing that inequality is to look at how we can share and transpose our own skills and experience to build capability with Indigenous communities. And we also believe that economic development is really a great pathway to that, obviously supported by pathways through education and employment opportunities. And therefore, education and employment have really been a core focus of our reconciliation initiatives, also because they play to our strengths as a business. I do just want to say that I think it's very significant that we're all meeting today. Many of you will know that Indigenous leaders are meeting in Canberra ahead of the COAG meeting tomorrow. And early next week, as Parliament tables the Close the Gap statement, it's a reason for all of us to pause and wonder and consider why, as such a prosperous nation, we're still seeing so little progress against those targets. On a positive note, however, the one area where we are making progress is in Year 12 attainment and further education. And so can I just say it's to the leadership of people like Adam Goods and Michael O'Loughlin. It's a credit to Shirley Chowdhury and the incredible team at Go, and to all of you in this room and the collaborative efforts of the individuals and businesses here that we're going to see hopefully more progress. It's very much our vision at KPMG that we imagine a future where we're all united by our shared past, present, future and humanity. And we look forward to working with all of you and our ongoing commitment to seeing how we can realise this vision. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hina and Catherine. I just wanted to echo what Catherine was saying. It is really incredible that everyone is here tonight because of the things that we saw happen and unfold this morning. And when you get people with the means to make things happen and the will to make things happen, incredible things happen. And what a difference 12 months has made. To reflect on 2017 and to let us in on what to expect from Go this year, please make very welcome Go Foundation CEO Shirley Chowdhury.
You guys all right down there? You okay? Good evening, everyone. I just want to pause before I start because I have to say this is such an amazing view. I know that view's great, but this one is particularly fabulous. I want to start by acknowledging that tonight we meet on land that always was and always will be Aboriginal land. And I pay my respects to Gadigal elders, past, present and emerging. I want to start by saying how fantastic are our students. Maddie, where are you, Maddie? Are you trying to hide? I cried when Maddie did a practice yesterday, and I know that she touched all of you. And Jared's performance was also incredible. So please, can we give them another round of applause to acknowledge how well they did. 1 year ago, the Go Foundation supported 15 students, and they came from 5 independent schools. They ranged in age from about 13 to 25. Tonight, we've taken those 15 and we've got 65. And those Those 65 attend 13 schools and 2 universities, and they range in age from 6 to 26. For the first time, our 13 schools also include 9 public schools from around New South Wales. Our students, as you've seen tonight, are amazing young men and women. And what I'd like to do is share a few stories with you so that you get a better insight into who they are. This is the first year we've provided public school scholarships. They're the first of their kind in Australia, and we believe that in the short time since we've been offering them, we can see that they fulfil a real need. Our public school students come from a system that has 85% of the Indigenous students in it. And these students, the stories that they've told us show that the scholarships we're providing and everything that goes around that scholarship is of vital importance. During the application processes that we ran, our students showed us immense courage, and they showed us a desire to achieve, not only for themselves, but for their families and their communities. And I'd like to share some of the answers they gave during that application process. Question: what will you use the scholarship for? These are some of the answers that we got. Pencils, erasers, pens, excursions, books, computers, Wi-Fi, mentors, tutors, uniforms, advice, food. Why is culture important to you? Student said, it is who I am. Another student said, it gives me strength and makes me stronger. And a common theme, Students said if they remind themselves of what their people did in the centuries before, they know that they can do anything. How do you give back? Through my art, because I can make anything beautiful. Another said, I look after my mum and my sisters. And yet another said, work 2 jobs to support my family. Remember, that's alongside going to school. What are the barriers you face and what's going to stop you from achieving your dreams? Money. I can't achieve my dreams because of money. Others just wanted opportunity and knowledge. One said, I want to go to uni, but I don't even know what that is. And from a student who had the most incredible story, heartbreaking story. She said nothing. She said nothing is going to stop me from achieving my dreams. And we saw that grit and that determination again and again. What do you want to do after school? I want to become a social worker because I want other Indigenous kids who are going through tough times to know that you can have a good ending. I want to help other people. And I want to buy my mum a house. These answers and others that we received confirmed yet again how important our scholarships are. But at Go, we know that we can't do it alone. That's why tonight we are launching the Ngo Ecosystem. It's an approach to Indigenous education that has at its very centre collaboration and has at its very heart recognition that Indigenous culture is vital to these students' success. The foundation of our ecosystem is a 3-way partnership amongst Go and 2 organisations that we are just thrilled to be working with, Career Trackers and AIM Mentoring. And I'm really proud to say that representatives from both those organisations join us tonight. The financial scholarship provided by Go will be the entry point to that ecosystem. And in that ecosystem, with our corporate partners, our educational partners, and other Indigenous organisations, we will provide all kinds of support. Support and networks that will take these students through from school to employment, and that these students can leverage and share the benefits of with their children. The ecosystem is not just for the benefits of the students, though. This is an ecosystem where our partners in the ecosystem will benefit, leveraging each other's expertise and working together towards a reconciled Australia. And I want to give you some examples of how our partners worked with us in the last year, the ways they gained, and how they gave back to our students. And I'm sorry, I haven't cleared this with the partners, but I know that they're such big supporters. I'm hoping that it's fine that I share some of these stories. GHD held a STEM day for our students, where they put their scientists and their engineers alongside our students. They ran a number of experiments that our students participated in. And at the end of those experiments, they talked about the application of what the students had just learnt to building roads, designing bridges, and clean water projects. And one of our students said to me, she said, Shirley, I didn't get that when I walked on the road out there, so much work had gone into it beforehand. And they opened our eyes, opened our students' eyes to the opportunities that lie ahead. Flight Centre used the Go Foundation to provide volunteer opportunities for their employees. Twitter brought us all together at their headquarters. It was an amazing day, where they provided different career opportunities and pathways for our students to hear about. They talked about internet safety, and they brought us together in a way that we hadn't done before. The Go Foundation public school scholarships are a fundamental part of this ecosystem, and we believe that they can be game-changing. When I was a kid, 100 years ago, it was 100 years ago, guys, it used to be that if you had pen and paper, you could do your homework. Not anymore. These days, if you don't have Wi-Fi you don't have a device of some sort, that's it. You leave school and your homework doesn't get done. And some of the comments we had in our applications from our students was that the worst part of school was that teachers didn't understand why they couldn't do their homework. Our public school scholarships can even that playing field. We can give the tools that students referred to, that I referred to earlier, and we can give our students the tools they need to succeed. And we can affect real change. But what does real change look like? How do we know at Go that our model can do that? Well, we're basing it on hard research. At the end of last year, in conjunction with KPMG, we released a research report that looked into the correlation between further education and better outcomes for Indigenous students. And what we found was fascinating. We found that the stronger a student aligns with their culture, the more they understand about their heritage, their history, their language and their people, the more likely they are to succeed and the better the outcomes. We found that Indigenous students really need strong role models. And the stronger the role models, the more prevalent they are in their lives, the more likely those students are to get better outcomes. But what are these outcomes? What are we talking about when we talk about better outcomes? Let me tell you, we're talking about better health. We're talking about better nutrition. And we may even be talking about longer life expectancy. We're talking about better earning capacity. We're talking about employment prospects. And we're talking about the greater likelihood of owning a home. Most importantly, our Indigenous students who pursue and complete further education, they have the ability to close their own gap, and we don't need to wait for other people to do it to them or for them. And on today, with the depressing results of this morning, this is even more important. The students in this room, this is the one message I want you to take with you. Your future is in your hands. You have the ability to change your lives and the lives of your families. This is the answer: further education. Year 12 is no longer enough. We need our students to go on to further education. The research report's available on our website, and of course, if you ask Kate or myself or any of the board, we can give you a copy. Sum up today, I want to share with you a few words from Linda Burney, our patron. Unfortunately, due to last-minute scheduling changes, she couldn't make it. But she sent me a letter, and she so eloquently sums up the benefit of our ecosystem and the benefit of especially our public school scholarships. She says, "I am very proud and honoured to be the patron of the Go Foundation. This organisation fulfills an important role in engaging and empowering Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander young people through education and training. There is nothing more fundamentally life-changing than a person's educational journey. Providing access to a quality education will open opportunities for Indigenous young people, enrich their communities and break the cycle of poverty." So this is it. This is why we need you. We need your help. Those of you already on the journey with the Go Foundation, thank you. Because it's because of you that we've got these students here with us tonight. But for every one of these students, there are multitudes out there who need our help and who could really benefit from the ecosystem and the tools that we can provide, the support, the mentoring and the networks. Every year in Australia, there are about 7,000 school leavers. And in New South Wales, there are about 2,500. Now, this really does my head in. These are not large numbers. And how amazing would it be in a number of years for all those students to have access to the opportunities and access to the tools they need? With your help, we can do that. So tonight, I invite you all to join the Go ecosystem and help us make this happen. On a personal note, I'd like to thank everybody at Go. Kate, Patrick, the Bloomberg team for making this happen. The board, our ambassadors and our patron, our supporters and our partners. Every day, it is a privilege to work with you, and we never, ever take that for granted. Thank you all for coming tonight. It's amazing to have you here. And I hope that you all have a lovely evening. I look forward to talking with you after the formalities are finished.
I'm sure that all of you are aware that at the Go Foundation, they seek to empower through education. And there's no greater testament to this than the stories of the people who actually go through this, the Go Scholars. To tell us about her journey, please welcome Brittany Abraham.
Good evening, Go partners and supporters, fellow Go students, Go families and special guests. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I extend that respect to the elders both past and present, as well as acknowledging all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people present here this evening, as well as each and every one of you. My name is Britt Abraham, and I'm a proud Waddy Waddy woman from the south coast of New South Wales. I completed high school at Loretto Normanhurst and completed years 10, 11 and 12 as a proud Go Scholar after being awarded one of the founding Go Scholarships in December 2014. In the recent videos the Go Foundation made, Jake Thompson from AIM explained that every kid is born a superhero. They're just given wings and taught to fly. For me, the Go Scholarship was a step towards being taught how to fly. After struggling for so many years with many aspects of my cultural identity, both at school and generally, the Go Scholarship gave me so much confidence and pride and showed me that I could identify as a proud and strong Indigenous woman. It also provided inspiration through Adam and Michael, two strong Aboriginal role models. Little did I know that a week before school commenced, a significant challenge and bump in my journey was headed my way. Holidaying down the south coast of New South Wales, not far off country, I was involved in a high-speed tubing accident which left me paralysed from my neck down. I was airlifted back to the Children's Hospital in Randwick, where I spent a week in intensive care and was told I may never walk again. I was left unable to do anything for myself. Although I do not have much recollection of my accident or of my time in intensive care, I will forever remember my intensive care nurse, who stood by my bed around the clock. For without her, I would not be where I am today. The conversation with doctors and nurses about the possibility of going back to school in a wheelchair scared me the most. I was determined not to accept this result, and the idea of being in a wheelchair remained in the back of my mind and pushed me to work hard and improve every day. Whilst the weeks I spent in hospital were the most challenging and terrifying weeks of my life, I share this story with you tonight because my accident was in many ways a gift. The accident was my defining moment. It lit my path and provided me with ambition and a goal. I can tell you all now, I have never been so driven and so determined to achieve such a goal. I walked out of hospital and started at school shortly after. With the continuous support and encouragement of the Go Foundation, I was fortunate enough to attend a 14-day CSIRO medicine and nutrition camp in Adelaide at the end of 2015. This was only the beginning. Through the assistance and connections I had made at Go, I received a phone call asking if I would be interested to apply for the Charles Darwin Scholarship to attend the Asian Science Camp in Bangalore, India in 2016. I received the scholarship and off I went. I would never have had the confidence in myself to attend such camps and apply for the scholarship if it had not been for the learning and inspiration I received from the Go family. I am proud to stand here tonight and say that I am a graduating member of the class of 2017 and am headed to the University of New England in Armidale to study a Bachelor of Nursing. My dream is to specialise as an intensive care nurse. I would love to use the opportunity to help change the outcomes and statistics for Indigenous Australians and work towards closing the gap in Indigenous health within Australia. Without the Go Foundation, I may never have been given those wings to fly, and my life may have been quite different. I am so grateful to have been given the opportunity to grow under the guidance of the Go Foundation, and will be forever appreciative of every lesson and encouragement I have been provided with along the way. I strongly encourage all Go scholars to find their dreams and passions and start chasing them. Yes, there are always going to be people who stand in your path and tell you that you can't do it, but it's up to you to prove them wrong. Don't let the challenges and obstacles that face all Indigenous students from succeeding in education get you down or get in your way. With tens of thousands of history and heritage behind us, understand that we are an important part of Australian history. You have the entire Go Foundation backing you. You've been given your wings as a Go scholar. It's up to you now to start flying. It's time to show the world that you are a superhero. Thank you.
I'm delighted to now welcome to the stage Sydney Swans legends, who between them have 2 Brownlow medals, 2 premierships and 1 Hall of Fame induction. One is an Australian of the Year and the other one has built an incredibly successful national business. Please welcome co-founders of the Go Foundation, Michael O'Loughlin and Adam Goods.
I don't know about you, mate, but this hay fever's really affecting my eyes and my nose and everything.
I can see the young fellas here in the front. They're like, "Come on, Uncle, hurry up. We're hungry and bored."
Nearly finished.
I know. Just look, we're going to be really, really quick. What a setting! An amazing job from our team. Welcome to everyone. We see a lot of familiar faces here. As I mentioned, going to be very quick. Go Foundation's a really important part of our lives. It's something that we started. We've always done as football players. We've gone to communities, we've visited schools, and we've always talked about education, healthy lifestyle, and listening to your mum. And it's you fellas listen to your mum? You reckon nah? But it's one of those things that if you get to know Adam and I, it's a part of our life. It's who we are and it's what we love to do. So the Go Foundation was actually a next level of this. I had just retired. I wanted to do this thing, and Adam wanted to do it. He was still playing, and it became this important part. And I guess I just wanted to mention James Gallishan, who's here. I'm not too sure where he is. I've always mentioned him, the shiny head at the back. An integral part of actually starting the foundation. And James, without your help in those early days, we wouldn't be here where we are. Have a look at this, mate. We're well. So can we just give a round of applause to James?
I think just to add to Michael's opening remarks, I think for us, when we first started, we wanted to change the world. We wanted to help anyone and everyone along that journey. And for us to really be where we are today, we had to have some tough conversations. We had to really listen to what people wanted and what we really wanted to do as a foundation, and where's the biggest place that we could have the most impact. And looking at our own journeys, it had to be connected to education. And when we sat down and said that we wanted to do scholarships, that was the best way that we could give back. Michael and I are both from South Australia. My mob's the Utna Mutna Narunga mob. Where's your mob?
Narunga Nudgeri.
And we've been in Sydney I've been here for 20 years now, and I think Michael's been here for about 23. And this is our new home. We've been well accepted into this network, onto this country. And this is our way of giving back to those people who have supported us back to this country. All of our scholars are from New South Wales. We have one Indigenous man over in South Australia doing his Masters this year at the Uni of SA. So we want to be able to pick this model up and then place it down in South Australia as quick as we possibly can. And it goes, the best way to do that is through the success of our scholars. And as you can see tonight, by hearing from Maddie and Brittany, we're well on our way to really achieving those things.
Shirley touched on the ecosystem, really important. It's one of those things, I think you hit it on the head, Shirley, so it's a chance today to get around, grab Adam and I, have a bit of a yarn, see our passion hopefully becomes your passion, and I think it will. Certainly to the new, I guess the scholarship holders and our primary school kids, so many new faces here. How deadly is this? We thank you for your, I guess, participating in what we believe in. Certainly the mums and the dads, certainly the teachers and all the schools that are now part of the Go family. We're absolutely wrapped, and we hope you are, and we can't wait to get around to your schools. Adam does really good assemblies too, kids, so if you ever want, he does it free of charge. Usually charges about 20k, but anyway, another story. We're absolutely wrapped. We can't wait to get to your schools and come around and have a bit of a yarn with you mob. It truly is exciting times.
I think, just a message to our Go scholars and the people that are in the room is we wouldn't have been able to stand up here in front of you if we didn't have the support of one parent, with one teacher at school, with one coach giving us that extra advice, putting that little bit more extra time into us. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have my mate's mum and dad pick me up for training sessions, to take me to football training. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have made it this far without a good mentor. And to come to Sydney and have, at the time I thought it was my cousin, but my nephew, Michael O'Loughlin, to look up to and learn from, to be disciplined by. It was very important for my personal journey to be able to give back now. So looking up to someone who is a positive role model, and it might be your grandma, might be your dad, might be your older brother, could be a teacher at school, whoever that might be, understand what you like about them. What did I like about Michael? It's pretty clear he's confident, he's a very confident person. But that gave me confidence and that self-belief that we just heard Brittany talk about. You need that self-belief to believe that one day you can be up on level 28 at Bloomberg's building. Seeing the faces on some of those kids come up in the elevators just absolutely lit me up. We're opening a different part of Sydney to a new audience, and that to me is about what we're trying to do. Create experiences, create an ecosystem that can support all these boys and girls, and for all of us standing to be a part of that journey and feel connected like you have when you hear Maddie speak, when you hear Brittany speak, and next year when you come, and hopefully it's double the size again and we've got to hold it out at the SCG because it's going to be so big.
30,000.
But we start to create these stories within the Go Foundation that they're constantly giving back and helping educate our young men and women. So go out there, work hard, listen to your teachers, listen to your mum and dad. I know it's going to be hard, but my mum and dad, they disciplined me pretty hard, so it was pretty easy for me to listen. But go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
Participate in the Go ecosystem, enjoy the new experiences, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon.
It's a great message, Goodsy, and Shirley touched on it, about what are the key messages. So it doesn't matter if you are on the 28th floor here, or if you're down back at the community fishing, and you're doing your things with your mob. It does not matter. Really, the message I took from Adam's speech, and the one thing that I tried to teach him as a kid growing up, and the things that I was taught by my uncles and my mother and my grandmother, work hard. Roll the sleeves up. If you want something in life, work hard. A door will close, you've got to knock down another one. It really is, without complicating things, trying to keep it as simple as possible. And I guess another key message there is enjoy as well. Really enjoy your experience at school, because it goes like that. Guys, that's about it. We're going to do just a couple of thank yous. Adam's touched on Maddie's amazing acknowledgement to country. Maddie, we love you. You make us so proud. It's such a pleasure to watch you grow to become the beautiful young woman that you are. You make our hearts melt, so we love you. Thank you, yes. Britt, where are you? Britt? Unbelievable. What an amazing story. If anyone could sort of the things that you've been through, you can sort of rest on your laurels and go, oh, why me, why me, why me? but you've screwed that up. You've just kicked down the door and said, bugger this, I'm getting on with the job. So I absolutely love that. You are going to go so far, my friend. We absolutely love watching you grow, becoming the young lady that you are. So we're very, very proud of you too. Thank you. And all of our scholarship holders.
And we wouldn't be here without the generosity and the support of the Bloomberg people, and we'd like to thank Kate and Patrick and the staff and the team that stayed by tonight to look after us, so thank you very much. No more soft drink for you kids either, water only.
One more.
No more. Oh, okay, what time are we out of here? 8:30? Yeah, okay, you can have one more.
He's shaking his head.
We'd also like to thank Catherine and the KPMG. You guys have supported us from day one, and we appreciate your support. And it's great that we've outgrown the venue over there, and our challenge is to, obviously, in the next 12 months to outgrow this venue, and we look forward to being able to do that. And thanks for the support as well, Catherine.
Well done, guys. Last two thank yous. As I said, a lot of familiar faces. Please come up and grab Adam and I. I know Adam's shooting off to Melbourne tonight for another engagement, but please come up and say good day. We'd like to thank our board. Peter Mura, you spoke beautifully up here before, mate. We asked you to come on board early days, and we were a rebel. As Adam said, we tried to save the world. We had no idea what we were doing. Adam's playing kicking goals at the SCG, and I'm sort of holding the fort down, doing all the work, and he's just saying, get on with the job. But Peter, without you and our amazing board, and I can see a few of you here at the moment, and I think maybe one or two may be missing, but without you guys, we would not be standing here, and we would not have I guess a lot of our students here participating and being a part of the Go Scholarship Program. So thank you very much to our board. Last but not least, the beautiful Brooke Boney, who's done an amazing job. Brooke was actually on a beach in Bali and changed her flight to come back today, so that deserves a round of applause. Has been a huge supporter of ours, so thank you, Brooke. It means the world to both Adam and I. Guys, a chance to mingle. Kids, another soft drink, some lollies are coming out, and chocolate cake. Look at all the mob here this Sunday. But an amazing chance to get around, do some networking, come and see Shirley and Kate, who I forgot to mention before. Amazing job, Kate. We're proud that you've come on board from the Swans. And Shirley, as always, you keep sending those 100 emails to Adam and I. And those 20 phone calls a day and 50 texts. Adam and I enjoy them. But you do keep us in line. You are beautiful, and certainly with the support of your family, you're doing an amazing job. So we appreciate what you do. So round of applause for the guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Please back down. There we go. Thanks, Adam and Mick. And that actually wraps up the formalities for this evening. So once again, thank you so much to Bloomberg and KPMG for hosting the event, and to all of our special guests in attendance. And thank you all so much for coming along and investing so much in Indigenous education. Hope you all have a great night and get home safely.